but one pupil dilates and another one doesn't. So I got glasses. So you'll probably see me in glasses, but I probably can't pull them off like you can. But Lauren, nonetheless, let's have you bring the team out on the field on this beautiful, glorious Monday morning.
Well, it's Monday. Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody had an awesome time off spent with family or, whatever you enjoy in that time that we had. So we're back. We have a couple days left of the year, believe it or not. So I think we're all showing up, which shows that we're ready to kind of finish really strong. So happy to hear everyone being here and excited to start the week off right and end the year.
I love it. I love it. You know what? I just knew, and Kenny and I were talking about this, like we knew that group coaching was going to be lower attendance today and maybe even Wednesday and probably even Friday, which I'm cool with. I'm going to be here no matter what. I don't care if there's 3 of you, if there's 50 of you. But this is the time where I don't believe that we should be taking time off. I think this is a time of focus, being clear, understanding our plans, making sure that we turn that calendar with full head of steam and full head of momentum. So we're here, we're a tight group, so let's go ahead and get rolling. I had a question for everybody, and you guys can put this in the chat or you can take yourself off of mute. I want to ask you, over the last couple of days, like what truly made you smile? And like there's tons of things that made me smile, but I'll just share a couple with you. And I had a few other questions. What about the holiday made you most grateful? Was it sitting down and seeing grandma with your kids? Was it making tamales with the family? Was it a family tradition of mom's cooking? Was it baking? Whatever it was, like mine is my puppy. So Ben, did you get a new puppy? Ben, did you get a new puppy?
No, it's the same puppy. But he's like 6 months now.
Okay, I love it. I love it.
He's right there. Oh, you can't see him there.
I can't see it. But okay, cool. So, did you receive a gift that was special and super unexpected? Right. I believe at Christmas time, I don't really want gifts. I'm really simple though. I say hoodies and records. Like I'm straight with hoodies and records. Well, I got 2 records, which was really special. First one, Best of Sade. I haven't even opened it, so I can't wait to play that record. But my fiance got me a record that the album cover is actually us from our engagement, and it has a picture of the family on the back, and then on the actual record has a picture of us, and then it's all of our songs from our engagement, and then it's songs like on our own playlist. Cutest thing in the world. I've never received a gift like that. So thoughtful. So put in the chat below, who did you make smile? What about the holiday are you most grateful about? Did you receive a gift that was super special and unexpected? Would love to hear. I got a Christmas miracle last night. All right, big dog, you put it. So I want to hear, what was the Christmas miracle?
Put him on blast. Oh man, it's crazy, everything that you went through, and how we had a couple of talks. I helped raise 3 of my nieces, like straight cousin, dropped them off grandma's house, no questions. And my grandma and I and my family, we were like really dysfunctional at the time. And first it was amazing. That's her real name too, by the way. Just crazy, man. This little baby girl changed my whole lifestyle. Like got me up out of the streets and just had me focused on raising a beautiful little baby. And we went through a lot of stuff and my family, and they were taken from us and we lost custody of them. And it's been such an emotional roller coaster over the last 7, 8 years that they haven't been with me and my family. And I just got to see the younger 2 recently their dad's allowing us to see them. And that's been great for my grandma because she helped raise them. But I hadn't seen Amazing in almost 4 years. And last night they were texting me that they were with her. And I was like, oh my God. And it's this thing that they can't talk to me. So I said, oh, send me a picture. And they FaceTime me. And like, as soon as I saw her, I literally broke down, and it was just like, that was my Christmas miracle. Like my heart was healed. Like it's been broken in many ways since I lost my brother, but those girls and just overall atmosphere of my family last night, it was just so overwhelming.
How amazing. How amazing, you guys. Sending him love and light. I absolutely love that because like, I just feel like I haven't talked to my sister in a while. It's important that we would come back together at some point. So absolutely love that. Love that. Vernon says that he is most grateful about the genuine love shared with family over the weekend? Big Dog, is it a small family? Is it just a couple of you? Just a small tight group? Tell us a little bit about what you guys did.
It is, man. It's a small, very small knit group. It's just my mother, my sister, and myself. And then my sister's recently married, so the addition of my new brother-in-law's family was dope. But I've been going through some transition in 2022, and so just to be able to recalibrate and be regrounded with genuine family love, man, that was most beneficial for me. It was super dope. And then I don't even know what the hell it's called. I love to cook, but there's this brand, is it Cuisinart?
Yeah.
My sister tells me that's the Bentley of kitchen appliances, right? So I love simple shit, bro. So she drops this box on me. Now, mind you, I have a toaster, okay? And my toaster works perfectly fine, E, all right? She hands me, here's your keys to your new Bentley. I'm hella juiced, right? Because I wouldn't put that past us. So I'm opening the damn box thinking it's a key to a fucking Bentley. And it's this big ass toaster. And I'm like, I got a toaster. She like, no, nigga, this is the Bentley of toasters, right? So super juiced about it, man. I love the small things. Put it on in my kitchen, set it up yesterday. And I'm like, yeah, I got the Bentley of toasters. I'm in the building. So small shit makes me laugh, man.
That's right. That's right. I love it. So you guys, if there's something that you did or somebody that you made smile in your life, I was able to get home right as the sun came up, and like being able to get your kid up. And for the people that have kids on the call, like that is probably the most amazing thing. Like, this first thing, did Santa eat the cookies? Like, you guys, after the journey that I went through, the experience that I went through, like for him just to say those words, and then he said, let's go check. So we walked down the stairs and we go check, and Santa obviously ate the cookies. So really, really powerful. So here's what I want you guys to do. We've done this and it's been about a year, and I want to take a turn and I want to share this thoughts with you guys. And I want you guys to write down your number. You may remember this, you may not remember it, but it's a good reminder, especially right now, and especially everything that I've been through. So the average lifespan of a human being, and I'm just going based off of, like the average. Obviously, we have grandparents. My grandfather lived till 99, but the average amount of years that a person lives was, let's say, roughly 80. I did an average with men and women. Women live a little bit longer than men. So the average amount of days, if you're going to be 80 years old, is 29,200 days. So just stay with me. So what I want you to do is I want you to take your age right now, whatever age you are at, and I want you to times that by 365. My number came to 15,695. That's how many days I have lived on this beautiful planet. Well, if I minus that from the 29,200, the big number, that gives me a total of 13,505. Why do I tell you this? I tell you this because it really puts some things in a perspective on like that our life is fleeting, that we cannot waste time. We cannot procrastinate on things. And I want to share this with you. I put, life is not a dress rehearsal. When you waste, when you procrastinate, you never get that time back, right? So I wrote here, live present, live without fear, take chances, love hard, travel, leave a time capsule of your life and a message that echoes forever. And I really thought about that over the last couple of days, you guys. 13,505 days left. What the fuck are you going to do with your days? Are you going to sit back and say, every single year, I told myself I was going to do this. I told myself I was going to go there. And then I get to my end of my life. And you know what most people say? They regret. They regret they didn't do the things that they always wanted to do. They regret not spending the time. They regret not giving, their kids the amount of time that they truly, truly wanted to give them. So I want you guys to think about that. And I want to understand what some of your numbers are. And you guys can put that in the chat down below. Give me what your numbers are. When you look at the average days that a human being lives, minus the days that you've already lived, based on that, 16,000. All right, so you're a little younger than me, 16,790. And if you guys do the math, put it in the chat, please. This is super, super important. What I want you to do is I want you to realize that this life is not a dress rehearsal. We have an opportunity. And when you guys go through your life and you want to procrastinate and you want to wait and you want to do things, you want to put things off, like, look at these numbers, you guys. If those numbers are not a wake-up call to you, then I don't know what the fuck is. Like, this should be like, whoa. So I wouldn't say, like, all right, look what Sylvia just put in the chat, you guys. Like, that's crazy to think about. And I'm not trying to get morbid. What I'm trying to do is trying to get real. And the reason why is because the new year is right around the corner. You guys have an opportunity to not waste time, to not make any excuses, to do the things that you said you were going to do and the things that you've always wanted to do. Like, what are you waiting for? How many of you in 2022 wasted days or procrastinated on things in your life and business? Just please raise your hand if you procrastinated on any level, if you wasted any amount of time. And so knowing that you've wasted time, you've wasted days, you've wasted moments, like, let's get real with that. Let's look at some of the other numbers here. 12,045, 15,330. What's the formula? All right, nice. Let's go back to the original. 80 years an average human lives, okay? So that means the total days of 29,200. If you just take 80 times 365. You with me so far, nice? All right, so take your age times 365 and minus it from that whole number, the big number. That will give you your days left on average that you have left on this beautiful planet. 17,885. I want to be very clear, you guys, the new year is right around the corner. And that's why I love this last week, because I want to put things into perspective. And here's what I want you guys to do. I want you guys to get super, super aware. And I want you guys to get super, super honest over the next couple days. I wrote this here. Entrepreneurship is very hard, but self-awareness is also very hard. This is about knowing who you are. When you don't know who you are, you leave yourself vulnerable to try to become someone you are not. So let me say that again. Entrepreneurship is very hard, and self-awareness is very hard, because you have to dive deep. And if you don't dive deep enough and you're not aware of yourself, what happens is that you default to being something that you truly are not. Let me give you a couple of bits of advice that I read this morning. Number one, in the journey of self-awareness, do not live in delusion. And a lot of people are fucking delusional. And if you're delusional on this call, it's okay. That's why we're having this call today. Some lack self-awareness because they're not being honest. They look at everyone. They're quick to be like, oh, that sucks. That video is garbage. They're quick to critically look at everybody instead of looking inward and being real. It's so easy to talk about everyone else than to own up to our own shit. In 2023, as you move forward in this beautiful year, do not be delusional. What I mean by that is that you need to look at your life and business and be like, man, am I selling myself a lie? Am I selling the world a lie? Or am I actually doing the things that I am committed to doing? Or am I just living in delusion? Just living in delusion. Number two, people try to overcompensate. You hear this a lot from like agents that have been in the game for a while. They want to throw around titles and tenure. Have you ever heard an agent that you call and you're trying to get some information about their listing and they say this? I've been in the game for 20 years. Have you ever heard anybody say that on the other line? It is so like overcompensating. They like want to put all of these like accolades and they want to overcompensate and say all these things. So they overcompensate for their insecurities. They chase titles and they will tell you how long they've been in the business. Here's what you guys need to do is you guys need to build self-awareness and ask yourself, what comes naturally to me? What do I love doing? What's in my DNA? And really, what do you not like? And here's the thing. I believe that it's important that you guys find out if you're being lazy about something, like maybe that's a good thing. And let me elaborate. If you're lazy about maybe doing something in your business, then really, really look at that. And like, how can I replace that with something that I truly, truly enjoy doing? Right. So like embrace it. It's like if I'm being lazy about something, it means I'm probably not attached to it. I'm probably not super stoked about whatever that thing is. And I wrote here, pay attention to the facts. Let me share this with you. You may think that your content is amazing. You've been posting consistent content, but no one engages with it. The truth is your shit might suck. The truth is your shit might suck. Because what you're doing is you're allowing yourself to live in a delusion that, oh, this is fire, this is dope, but nobody responds, nobody engages with it, but you keep on doing that because you've sold yourself on all the reasons why you are so dope. And in actuality, your shit sucks, but you're not willing to take advice and make changes. Make changes. Because you are too far in your own delusion and you have sold yourself something because you're a damn good salesperson. You have to look around and say, you know what? How can I be self-aware? How can I eliminate delusion? Am I overcompensating? Because maybe in my past life, I was a top producer. I did this. I was the top person at T-Mobile for 17 years. I ran a insurance business for 26, whatever it was. And now you're resting on your laurels. Well, guess what? Entrepreneurship is hard. This game is the hardest game that you will ever be in. So when we go into 2023, here's what I want to see from everybody. Don't lie to yourself. Don't lie to yourself. Because I tell you what, people see right through that. You should live in an era of complete truth and not sit there and tell yourself how dope you are when in actuality, your shit sucks. And I'm saying this, you guys, because I'm real. And I'll be honest with you. There's been a time where I've put out shit. There's been a time where I've put out shit and I'm okay with it. I'm owning it. I'm all right with it. But it's about evolution. It's about evolution. And what I realized over the past few days is that one of my superpowers is vulnerability, right? Not a lot of leaders are like me, and I'm okay with that. I've realized that. Like the amount of DMs and text messages and engagement that I received from people from just simply sharing my story, it was super, super vulnerable. But I'll tell you what, you guys, like that's one of my superpowers. And so you have to look at yourself and look at your business and say, man, is this good quality stuff? Or am I telling myself this is quality? What do the facts say right now about you, about your business? Are they supporting you? Or are they saying, you know what, you probably need to make some changes? So do I have an agreement from every single person on this call this year, 2023, as we move forward, that we are all going to live in truths? Is that okay? Do I have everyone's commitment that truth is going to be the number one for us? That we will not sell ourselves on some bullshit. We are going to say, you know what? I haven't posted anything on my wall since August 26th. What does that say about my social media? You know what it says? It sucks. It says that you suck. It says that you suck at social media and you need to step it up and do something better. And you guys, this is not a rant. What this is that you guys need to look inward right now and be really, really truthful. Nias, you had a question, brother. You had a contribution. You had your hand up. Let's hear it.
Yeah, I just want to just touch bases real quick of what you're talking about. I know that it seems like when it comes down to content or whatever, it's real easy for you. And when you say that one of your superpowers is vulnerability, that's one of my weakest powers is vulnerability, is putting my life story out in out there like that. For you, I think that, like for me, people will totally unexpect that. Like if I was just start coming out and just start spitting, personal shit, they'd be like, whoa, what the fuck was wrong with Nias, right? But for you, it's like, I think you worked yourself up to that, to where you can be able to, with your coaching, with the whole platform that you have with the coaching and everything like that, and then with the video content that you're putting out and being vulnerable like how you was, it's like you're not coming out vulnerable all the time, but it's like, okay, now we can relate with him because You know, we've been following him for this amount of time, and wow, he's going through this shit right here. It's like, wow, that's fucked up. I think it's easier for you to be able to post something out there like that because it's sporadic. But just to be able to just go out there and just be vulnerable all the time, I just can't do that.
No, and that's my superpower, right? My superpower might be vastly different than what yours is. But you have to say, have I been consistent this last year, right? When you look at everything that you've posted, when you look on your wall, when you look at your content, when you look at your feed, when you look at your stories, has what I've done been consistent? Because as you do it, man, I promise you, 5-10 years ago, I wasn't this dude, but I've been able to be vulnerable over time. This just didn't come overnight. But what's happened is that it's just been consistent, and I've learned and I've learned and I've learned. Because here's the thing, like, Kenny is my business partner, and I'll never be Kenny. And Kenny is for me somebody I truly look up to, but I'll never be what Kenny is, right? Like, I'm not as brash as Kenny, but it's okay, right? And so this is not about comparison. This is just saying, am I providing value at whatever level it is, Nias,
Yeah.
to consumers, to people on a regular basis? And then occasionally, through as you're documenting your journey, what happens? Things happen in life. Now, you don't have to be you can be private and still be personal. There's parts of my story I didn't fucking tell. There's parts of my story that I'm not telling about my daughter's mother and how crazy she is. There's things that I'm not talking about because I'm keeping some things private. So you could be personal, let people in, tell them about your journey, have some fun, and it's okay to once in a while share. I'm not saying that I'm going to lead my life through 100% vulnerability, but I do say that that's part of who I am. And so I'm going to share that. So it comes.
Can I say one last thing?
Yeah.
And as far as like when we go to content, like it seems like your content obviously flows out so easily because it's like you're in this, like, I don't know, it's like you're in this warp. It's like you're in coaching zone. So whenever you are basically kind of like sharing content, it's giving those golden nuggets, it's sharing, you know, that content from your platform. And I think that it's easier to be able to put a lot of content out like that when you're in that coaching mode, when you're in that war. But from us as a realtor, it's like we have so many different niches that we're trying to follow up. And it's like, okay, do we shoot a video for this? Do we shoot a video for this? And I remember sometimes other people, you know, influencers, when they came onto the meeting, they say, stay consistent with that one medium or whatever. And I think that that's the problem is that for us, we have so many mediums that we can be able to dive into when the market is shifting to where we're doing different type of content, videos, niches, people who we're attacking or prospecting or whatever. But for you, it's like a gumbo, but it's all warped into one to where it's relevant, if that makes sense.
It does, but I'll tell you what, man, nothing's perfect, right? This is like recording. Nothing's perfect, right? So for you, Nias, and we'll move on from this in a second, but Nias, you have to ask yourself, who am I creating this content for? You're an investor. You understand investments at a high level. You have a investment realty, right? Next level investment realty, right? That's your company. That's your logo. Well, what information are you creating that helps people understand the process of investing? What do you need to know? What does it take to buy a fourplex? What does it mean to have a two-door? What does it mean to buy other investment properties in other states? What is the top place in the United States of America to buy investment properties, right? Like those are things that you understand. I don't understand. So you ask yourself, who would I build this for? And build that. And then the stories are kind of just like little snippets of your day and of your things that you're doing. But if you're going to sit there and create content, Nias, who, first off, does this content, is this going to be created for? And then just create it from there, man. Create it from there. And if you see so many fucking 2-1 buy down videos, man, don't do it. It's done. It's played out. It's old, man. I want to see something new, something fresh. Give me a perspective, something that I might not be able to see because Nias, you got experience, you got game. So first off, answer this question, who is this video for? And then base that content, the videos that you're going to create for those people, Start there. That would be a great place for you to start. Tony, you had your hand up. And then Ernesto, I want to go to you, man. You always have good feedback on this stuff.
Hi, thanks, Elias. Yeah, I was thinking about this. I was going to actually reach out to you with this question, Elias, anyway, but it seems like an apropos time because you've brought up primarily being real with yourself. So one question I had specifically is about, as you kind of we set our KPIs in our business planning, one of the key ones is how many conversations you're having, right? So if you're gonna have 3, 5, 10, whatever conversations that is to get to your, the number of transactions you want to do in a year. My question, and this relates to being real, is what would you define a conversation? So if I'm on the phone, I'm calling, for a couple hours one day, and I do have some conversations, but maybe I'm not hitting the right questions or having the right type of conversation to really qualify that as a conversation. So then I look back, oh yeah, I talked to 10 people, but did I really talk to 10 people? Did I really have cover the important topics that I would need to cover to call that a conversation? Like, did I call it expired? And if after 5 minutes, they say, well, I'm just not going to list the property. I'm not going to move forward. Okay, fine. Is that a conversation? Or that's kind of an example, but the main question is to be real with the KPIs you set for yourself, specifically that one. At the end of the day, what would you define a conversation so that you can say, I realistically had 5 or 10 conversations today?
Yeah, I
That's it.
would love to hear everyone else's thoughts on this, but my thing is this, Tony, like if someone says, oh, no, we're not thinking about buying. Okay, perfect. I don't really think that's a conversation. Conversation is a conversation about real estate that's going to move them further down the sales funnel. Meaning, you know what, Tony, that's a good conversation. We're not thinking about that. You can follow up with us back in February. That's an actual positive conversation. Now, you might have call attempts. You might have people hang up on you, but you'll know when it's a real conversation about real estate because that conversation is going to move you somewhere further in the sales process. A follow-up call, a follow-up text, follow-up email, they're on your drip, whatever it is, it's going to move you further down the sales funnel. So I wouldn't get lost in too much of like, oh, did I make all of these calls? Just know that, hey, through making those calls, through having those attempts, you're going to have quality conversations. It's just going to happen, Tony. But then you have to look at it and be like, how am I getting in front of these people? My community, my sphere, my social media, my farm, my company generated leads. So now you have all these avenues to where you're actually going to be able to have those conversations and then that are going to ultimately lead to conversion. That makes sense?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, cool. Ernesto, I want to hear your thoughts, Big Dog. And first off, Big Dog, did you write down your number? And I'll come to Aaron and Otis next.
I did not write down my number. I stepped away from that portion of the conversation. Are you alluding to the comment about giving up too early?
No, about how many days you have left.
Okay, I thought you were calling me. I thought you were calling on me for something else. I don't have that number. No.
Okay, all right, we'll come back to that. But no, thoughts, contribution.
I thought you were calling on me because I dropped the comment about how many of us just give up way too early, and
yeah,
I think that's so relatable to like what a lot of us are sharing our struggles with. And I heard a comment yesterday from one of my favorite entrepreneurs in the world of podcasting. There's over, I think there's like 2.5 million registered podcasts in America, of which 500,000 of those podcast ideas that people came up with never recorded more than 10 episodes. So then I start thinking like, man, it's so relatable to a lot of what we do, whether it's cold calling, it's door knocking, open houses specifically. I chat with new agents all the time. They give me a ring. Hey, Ernesto, I know you like open houses and you always have good ideas and blah, blah, blah. And what it boils down to in that conversation is that you doing 4, maybe 8 open houses, that's not going to move the needle. And on top of that, if you're not checking those people in and having something of value to follow up with those people 5, 7, 10 times, that's sometimes what it takes, you're not going to move the needle. So I would encourage people, and this is a reminder to me as well, whatever new idea you're going to start, whether it's video, whether it's open houses, whether it's community events, like it really doesn't matter what it is. Give yourself a number at which point you feel like you really gave it an honest effort. Because just dabbling with these ideas, and I know we talk about this a lot, like you're just giving up too early. Like there's a lot of people that have so much talent and are doing like just a few videos and they disappear. And I know that's one of my weak spots. I'll be very vulnerable there, but whether it's cold calling, door knocking, open houses, whatever, like really stick with it consistently for like 90 days and I guarantee you'll see some movement for sure.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And Nias, this kind of reminds me and goes back to your conversation, is that I don't believe right now you have enough data that tells you whether you're good, bad, or indifferent on social. You don't have enough data because you haven't created that much content. There's a couple that you've tagged us in, but it is very sporadic. It's here and there. So build your content base and then be able to look back like, okay, based on the insights, based on the amount of engagement, based on the likes, based on the shares, based on the thumbs up, like, all right, I think I'm getting somewhere, right? The audience has spoke. They like my shit. They're rocking with me. Now I'm going to continue to build. Right now, you don't have enough data to say that you're good or bad or indifferent. You just have to start building. And Kuhn's done a really good job. He is brand new and he's creating consistent amount of content. Now, that might not have built or gotten him a deal yet, but what it's gotten him is it's gotten a lot of eyes on Kuhn, right? A lot of eyes.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's between the combination of you and Ernesto, as far as the content and staying consistent with it, but then also what Ernesto's saying as far as not giving up too fast on it, on that one particular topic or diving deeper into it. I totally see what you're saying as far as having that general content and then speaking around it throughout, all your other video shares or whatever.
Yeah, and Nias, personally, man, I don't know what you're even into.
I
Right?
don't
Like,
even know.
like there you go. Like, I don't know what you're into.
Right.
I know Lauren has rabbits. I know without a shadow of a doubt, if I wanted someone to educate me on tequila, I know that Ernesto could educate me on tequila. I know that George Martinez used to be 420 pounds. I know Kuhn is battling with gout and he has lost all of this weight based on his stories, right? Like, I know these things, so I don't even know what you're into, bro. Right?
Yeah.
So this is an era where consumers want to see the human element of who you are. Just give them a little bit of that, bro.
Yeah, that's the vulnerable I'm talking about. I have to do that. So I'll come up out of that turtle shell. I'll come up out of that turtle.
Bro. Aaron Grace, you had your hand up, and good to see you. Merry Christmas day after.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas, Elias. So I just was thinking about Tony's question and going back to that example of the expired, I would still call that a conversation and a connection, because those people, if they're expired or for sale by owners, they still had an intention to sell, and for whatever reason, maybe it's just the market, they didn't, but I would still keep in contact with them, even if they say no today. I'd put them on a drip, text strip or something like that, because I'd still want to connect with them. They had an intention of selling.
That's right. I mean, the more conversations that you're going to have, Tony, the more opportunities you're going to, or the more people you're going to get on an appointment. That's all we're looking for, is how.
And the better your script is going to be, your talk.
Totally. Otis and then Cortez, what's your guys' contribution?
Hey, Elias, I'm glad you're back.
Oh, sorry. Say again?
I said, hey, I'm glad you're back. Oh. You made it safely.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm back too. It was quite the journey, and thank you for that. Otis, let's hear from you, big dog, and then we'll go to Cortez.
Just wanted to kind of touch up with like Ernesto was saying, and Nias too. Like, yeah, you have to show yourself, especially in our profession. I think the thing with so many new agents and just agents that specifically this is targeted to, that are struggling with content, like, you guys seem like you're already over the fear of creating the content. Now it's just about doing it. And I think the fact that it's overwhelming they tell you to do content, go to script role play, do all these things. They're trying to build us to be like a superhero, specifically Batman. You got to have that utility belt. You got to, okay, the cold calling's not working, open house is not working, content, okay, let me make a video. And then you don't see that engagement that you want. I think that you guys are stuck up on the viral aspect. Shit's not going to go viral. The chance of something going viral is like almost as close as winning the fucking lottery. So they just want you to be out there creating content in abundance. And you're going to sound like you don't know what you're talking about until you do. So it's just about not giving up, like Ernesto says, keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it. And also having a strategic plan. Like mine is, I don't really do too much content because I know when I focus on it, it's a wrap. I got a podcast and I want to thank Kenny and the team, and this shit is fire. I'm going to be booking it with Daniel Ripper. Check it out. We got a couple of episodes coming soon. and just being strategic. You know, some people that have the money to do it, look into doing some really good sponsorships with ad agencies. Adrienne does it really well. She gave me the idea of doing it for the grocery stores, you know, the dividers. I took it a step further, and I've been kind of planning with looking into Hulu ads and billboards, digital billboards. So, you know, just find your niche of what you want to do as far as creating whatever content you're going to do, and build up on your following and the people that you're looking into, because that's going to be your sphere, your family and friends. My shit really didn't start hitting until I started putting those sold signs on there. And that's when my sphere, he's doing pretty good. And that's when they'll start hitting. So it's just all about being strategic and just doing it for sure.
Love it. Love it. Cortez, contribution, bro.
I was thinking about Nias and thinking about some things that we've learned over the years, and I want to bring up the tattoo realtor. You know, your content, only 33% of people gonna like your shit anyway, right? So it's like, just put it out there. You're gonna be relatable to the people that relate to you, right? So over this weekend, I sent out a lot of video messages to people that I know personally, happy holidays, my family, everybody. And a lot of the response I was getting was, they were all reacting like, I see your no renter left behind thing, and I'm gonna holler at you when I'm ready. So even if you're not getting engagement, like what's her name, Rochelle Quinnett said, they're watching. They're
That's right.
definitely watching. So yeah, engagement is good. I did a live and I was in the Crest, and I was just like, just being myself, just popping up at people's house, and I did get like lots of engagement from that. Just being yourself. So just be yourself. Try to sound like an expert, but people are watching regardless, and everybody's not gonna like you. And you know what? For the ones who don't, who gives a shit, right?
I'll tell you what, that was one of the most powerful things that I heard from Justin, and I'm so glad that he's going to be speaking at Focus and Fire. That who cares, right? Not everyone. I'm not trying to attract everybody. Only 33% of people like me, so let's just let's not try to please everybody, because it's never going to happen. So absolutely love this, you guys, and didn't intend to go down this path, but I want to share something with you guys that we created. Actually jacked this, and let me share this with you so you guys can see this. So here's what I want to do, and I'm going to send this to everybody at the start of the new year. But what we want to do is what I'm going to do, excuse me, is we're going to start gamifying some things. I'm going to be doing calls and claws. All right, so calls and claws, I mean, I'm going to bring White Claws, I'm going to bring food, we're going to be in the offices, and we are going to do like a bingo style. So these are boards that we had created. So these are 100 calls that you're able to make. I scheduled 4 appointments. I ended a call with a ta-da. I put 40 dials out. I logged 10 minutes of talk time. I scheduled 1 appointment. So we're gonna start gamifying this, because I think that it's really cool to see. You guys have all kinds of points trackers. I'll put that stuff in Slack again. But if you guys are down, and if you guys want to join me, I would love for you guys to join me for these calls and claws Team Fast bingo night, because we're just have some fun. We're going to have some food. We're going to have some prizes. So I asked this last week, but I just want to reaffirm, when we host these events, are you guys down to come in and have some fun, have some drinks, and make some calls? So no matter what office, we're gonna do it at Hayward, we'll do it in Southern California, we'll do it all throughout the Bay, Sacramento, and everywhere in between. But if you guys are down for that, all right, cool. I love it. So calls and claws, fast real estate bingo. Lauren, you're down with that? Okay, all right, cool.
I love games.
All right, good. So check this out, you guys. R&D, I saw this last week on someone else's story, and I was like, cool. I jacked that. I sent it to Ria and Roma, and I said, can you guys please recreate this for me? It was done within 2 hours. And now we can do that to make sure that we're all making our calls. Did I send 10 text messages? And then gamify it, have some fun. Maybe we'll throw some $100 bills around. I don't know what it is yet, but there's going to be some prizes. And the biggest prize is for you to have more contacts, more people in your CRMs, and essentially more appointments. So we'll do that. I'm thinking we should just rotate through the offices, have fun. I might have one of you hosted at a different office. So be on alert, because I'm going to call on you guys. So you guys, I want to come to the tail end of some of this conversation. It says Stephanie's in, I'm down. George, I knew you'd be down. Linda says she's down. Vernon, Dominique, I love this. I love it. So you guys, reflecting back on your numbers, you guys, like I said, I didn't mean to take a dark turn by any stretch. but really put some things into perspective and help you guys understand that we cannot waste anything in 2003. We cannot go about this life and say, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. So I'm driving home from Seattle, and obviously I got a lot of stuff on my mind. And I'm telling myself, like, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. The roads are crazy. The fog is crazy. The sleet, everything. It was, the roads were insane. Well, if I would have left driving the day before, it would have been so much worse. And when I was driving, I saw about 10 overturned big rigs on the freeway. Still, they hadn't cleared them. They hadn't cleared them. These things were turned over. They were turned this way. Like, I was like coming up on, I could barely see them. And then I was just like shocked that so many big rigs had turned over because of the wind, because of the rain, because of the ice. So I'm like, damn, it could have been way worse. And so, like, I just did a lot of reflecting, you guys, and don't waste your time in 2023. Don't waste our time. Don't waste your family's time. If you don't like doing this business, then don't do this business. And also, don't be a liar to yourself. Like, just get real with yourself and be like, you know what? I'm not going to procrastinate. I'm not going to waste time. I'm going to step up. I'm going to do all the things that I know that I need to do. And I'm not going to put it out to the world that, hey, I have got it all together. No, I'm learning. I'm growing. I'm trying. I'm implementing. But the one thing I'm going to be in 2023 is I'm going to be completely 100% honest and open with myself. And I'm going to be self-aware. Self-awareness is about discovery, you guys. And so I want to go around the room. I want to get a couple key takeaways from people on the call today. Let's go over to Dominique, and then Otis, I'll come back to you. Dominique, I want to hear what some of your takeaways were from today's session together.
The key takeaway I think that stood out the most was the being honest with yourself, because I think that holds a lot of people back. And I know that I can be a victim of that. And so being able to be real honest with yourself and what you're doing can make your time, you can adjust it to where you're putting your time into the right places and not the wrong places.
I love it. I love it. V, let's hear from you. Key takeaways from our time together today.
Oh man, you know.
I didn't know you went by V too. There's an actual V on it, but Vernon, you're on.
No. The correct V. My bad. The correct V. Let me step to the side.
You're here, brother. Go ahead.
Man, there's strength and vulnerability, man. That's and I see a lot of people nodding in agreement, because although they may not speak to it, it resonates at the core of us, right? So you just exemplifying that, Elias. That really resonates with me on a human level. So love these calls.
And I appreciate it. And listen, vulnerability might not connect with everyone. Listen, you guys, Kenny's not vulnerable, and Kenny's my business partner. But what Kenny does is Kenny's super logical. Kenny is able to speak about truths and make people think and shake some shit up, right? That's what Kenny does, right? So you don't have to be 100% vulnerable. John Cheplack is vulnerable. I look up to him. But it's who you are as a person, right? So that's why self-awareness and self-discovery is so important, because you realize, all right, cool. You're never going to see Kenny create a post and saying, hey guys, Lauren, I love you and I appreciate you. I'm so grateful. That's me. That's my job, right? It's just not who he is. So you'll find it, man. And being super vulnerable, that's not how we all are. However, you can let people in and help them understand who you are on a personal level. That gives proximity to you. Proximity means that people know a little bit about me. Doesn't mean that I poured my heart on my sleeve. It's just I'm personal, so people get to know who I am. Otis, you have your hand up. Contributions, takeaways from today.
No procrastinating. Me myself, I have been procrastinating a little bit and just making an excuse, but no more procrastinating, no more excuses. Full throttle, all 23.
That's right, big dog. I appreciate you. George Martinez, let's hear from you. Key takeaways from today. And listen, George is in the gym every single day, making no excuses. Went from 420 to, I don't know what you're now, bro. But you're looking
Thanks.
good. You're looking lean.
Thank you. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, it was super hard to get here today. Yesterday, I just laid in bed all day and took a reset and slept 12 hours. But my biggest takeaway from today is to just do it. I mean, I went to Lauren McLean's accountability coaching And one of the things that she said this past Wednesday was someone was saying something about why they didn't do something. They said, but. And I heard a few buts on the call today. And it reminded me when Lauren would say, the but is you giving yourself an okay to make that excuse. So I did some reflecting, and I was even like, you know what, Thursday, or no, on Christmas Eve, I showed 3 houses, submitted an offer, and it was interesting to see other people on the team, and it really kept me going to watch other people on the team really going, writing offers, hosting open houses, while other agents were taking the time off to spend time just chilling. I mean, there were so many agents that I tried to show their property and they didn't even get back to me. And my clients are pre-approved to 2.6. They're ready to go. They were out. They're like, you know what? Let's fucking go. I told them, you want to see houses this holiday? I'm going to be in town. Let's fucking do it. So I think today's takeaway really, really harped on just fucking do it. Quit making excuses and get out there. Otherwise, move over to the side, because that's where you're going to end up if you just keep making those damn excuses for yourself. So right now is the time to double down. We have less than a week until the new year. Are you going to continue to make excuses? Or are you going to get your ass up and work like Kim Kardashian said and created that controversy?
Man, I absolutely love that. There's no room.
Yeah, but George, I can't do it. Yeah, but George.
Yeah, there's no rooms for but, right? Like, I do not leave it okay in my existence to not create any type of video, to not reach out, to not move the needle in our business. There's no excuses. I'm not going to go to you guys, and I'm not going to go to Kenny and be like, well, yeah, man, but I wanted to take this week off, and yeah, I was traveling and I didn't sleep all night. And so, I was going to do coaching, but I was tired. I'm fucking exhausted, right? Exhausted. But no matter what, I'm a man on a mission. So I really appreciate that advice, George. Alejandra, would love to hear from you. And Alejandra, if you can take yourself off of mute, are you there? I want to first off give her a huge congratulations. Brand new agent. She just got in contract with a brand new agent, over $1 million in contract. So congratulations to you.
Thank you.
First contract over $1 million. Teamed up with Justin. He is brand new. They've been grinding just like you guys, and they were able to get their client into contract. So Ali, let's hear from you. Key takeaways from today. And if you want to talk to us about how you're feeling, let's do that.
I'm stoked, super excited. First off, I wasn't even expecting to get into contract. And I don't know where, we had, Justin and I had that buyer's consult on Wednesday, and Thursday night at like 10 or 11, our client's like, okay, I'm pre-approved. What is the deal with this house? Like, what's going on? And Justin was on it, like he responds. I'm more of an early bird, so I was like, at 2:30 I woke up, I was like, oh shoot. And I was like, all right, back to sleep I go. And then by 5, like, I already had an update for them, so the whole entire time my hands were itching, like I wanted to text them, but like 5 a.m. is too early. But just super stoked, like George said, just fucking go for it, do it. I've been going nonstop, also just like doing open houses, calls, and it's amazing. I still can't believe it myself sometimes, but it's great. And this is just the beginning. Can't celebrate full victory yet, but I'm excited.
I love it. I love it. Congratulations to you. And Alejandra, key takeaway from today's session.
Get off your butt and go for it. Don't make excuses.
And you've been creating a lot of content, and I know a lot of people are responding. And so is there a rhythm? Like, what are you doing cadence wise for your content?
You made a point earlier where, like you said, become relatable. Like for me, I don't just post content about real estate, especially as a new agent. There's not a lot of things that I know just yet. So, I post gym content, I post stuff about my dogs, for people to really know who I am, not just as a real estate agent, but as a human being, and like for them to relate, okay, like she's not just a salesperson. And then like now I'm combining both, like this morning I posted something in the gym, but explaining the home buying process. So it's just using what you love and making it work.
Love it. Love it. Congratulations. We'll talk more about this on the meeting. Alejandra, do you have a smoke detector going out?
Yeah, the batteries are gone.
Jesus Christ. How do people deal with that in their life? Please,
It's
for the
annoying.
sake of coaching, can you just go? I'll send you a battery. Please change the battery in your smoke detector.
Listen, I'm getting my life together today, okay? George called me earlier. He was like, "Are you going to the office?" I said, "No, I haven't washed in a whole month. I haven't done a bunch of stuff, so I got to do that today."
All right. All right. Well, congratulations. We'll talk more about that. Your
Thanks.
deal tomorrow. Not your smoke detector. All right, guys. So check it out. So this guy, Sosi, we did a mastermind with him down in Southern California. Him and a dude named Kevin Bowie. No, not Kevin.
Mark Bowie.
Mark Bowie.
Mark.
Yes, they did Kevin Boo's our Kevin. So he did a session for us in Southern California. He's actually going to come on Wednesday and do a market update for us. So I know we are, for some people, they're having a lighter week, but I'm not having a lighter week. I'm bringing this dude in to give us a full understanding, comprehensive breakdown of what's actually happening in the market with rates, with rises and things like that. The dude puts the information across in a way that is super relatable, easy to understand, easy to digest. So we'll be doing that Wednesday. He'll be our guest speaker for Keep It Moving Group Coaching. Also want to lean to you guys as we go into the new year. If you have anybody that you think would be a good contributor as a guest, obviously we're very selective with who's going to be in this room in front of everybody. However, if you know anybody, know somebody you follow, Ernesto tried to get me in front of Chris Voss, and he attempted, and then the assistant came in and dodged us and then said, yeah, well, if you want him to be on your call, it's just going to cost $10,000. Anyways, we shot our shot. I literally invited Glenn Sanford to our holiday heat party 2 weeks ago. I haven't heard back, but hey, sometimes you just got to shoot your shots. So let me know if you know anybody. But Wednesday we're having Sosi and they're going to do a cool market update for us. So you guys have an amazing, amazing day. And I want to say thank you for the people that reached out, send me messages, called me, text me. I got people sending me DoorDash certificates. It was just, super, super like overwhelming to receive that much care from the world. And it's not over yet, you guys. I don't have Lily here, but all things will work out. And so all I can do is control the way that I react and respond, because that's the only thing that I know how to do and can control. So get out there and have some fun, you guys. End this week strong. Create videos. If you don't have a space, go into the office, get with a friend, do a collab on a video. Who cares? Just create, have some fun with it. So you guys, I put a link into a video and an email earlier. It was the self-awareness talk with Gary Vee. Really, really cool video. It's about 6 minutes. Check it out when you can. But in the meantime, if you guys need anything, let me know. I'll be working my way throughout the offices this week. So appreciate you guys. And as always, keep it moving towards your dreams, goals, and vision, and go out there and end this year strong. Bye, you guys.